guests of honor, Chief Consultant FC, Chief Consultant Training, Senior Officers from Military Engineering Services, Group A Probationers of First Foundation Course, and colleagues from MCRHRD. A very good afternoon and warm welcome to the inauguration of First Foundation Course of Group A Officers of Military Engineering Services. To begin with the inauguration program, and as per our eco-friendly practice at the Institute, we welcome the Chief Guest and Guests of Honor by presenting saplings. I request Sri P.K. Sharma and Sri M.P. Sethi to present saplings to the dignitaries. As is the tradition in line with our institute's motto, Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya, which means lead me from darkness to light, I request all the dignitaries on the dais to light the ceremonial lamp. I would like to invite Sri M.P. Sethi, Advisor Foundation Course, to present his welcome address.
Respected Chief Guest, Major General Srinivas Rao, GOC, Telangana and Andhra Sub-Area, Shri Acharya Sir, DG MCRHRD and Special Chief Secretary to Government of Telangana, our Guest of Honor, Shri Anand Srivastava, Chief Engineer R&D, our Guest of Honor, Brigadier Mukund Sharma, Chief Engineer Factories, Shri P.K. Sharma, Chief Consultant FC, ADG Sir, Dr. Pingle, all other senior officers of MES who at short notice agreed to spare their valuable time to grace this occasion. All probationary officers belonging to Indian Defence Service of Engineers and Indian Defence Contract Management Service participating in the MES Foundation course, center heads, faculty and staff of the Institute. Welcome to the inaugural function of the first ever foundation course of the Military Engineer Service being organized. To that extent, we are creating history today. Being organized on behalf of the Ministry of Defence, Engineer-in-Chief, ENCs and CME Pune. For us at Dr.MCRHRD Institute, which is an apex administrative training institute of the state, it's a professional privilege to be assigned the honor of organizing this first ever foundation course commencing today and which will be concluding on 20th July 2019. The course team, as you are aware, has already shared detailed course overview and details of various events and expectations with the participants in the forenoon today. I shall endeavor to cover salient features of the program in two parts, design context and salient features of the design. The context within which this design has been worked out is that the foundation course has been designed keeping in view the fact that every government service at its core is essentially meant to provide delivery of services to the end users and stakeholders. The service does not exist for itself. Its purpose is to provide quality service products to the system of which they are the subsystems. It calls upon the government servants to display absolute integrity, moral courage, empathy, compassion, leadership, impartiality, freedom from prejudice, and commitment to the goals of development, sustenance, and capacity building. A government servant should have professional competencies to work in a swift changing, competitive and complex environment. This would entail having thorough knowledge of the government organization environment and culture, various rules and regulations governing functioning of the government, concerned department and organizations, and wide range of skills such as analytical, interpretational, and skills to deal with multitude of stakeholders, which all of you will be dealing with. Taking this into consideration, foundation course has been evolved to provide a large range of experiential learning opportunities to develop basic competencies in comprehension, analytical, interpretation, and decision-making processes in government, including communication, presentation skills, and other essential competencies which a Group A officer needs at the entry level of the service. The village attachment and trek will facilitate building camaraderie and esprit de corps amongst the participants. The program also endeavors to imbue quality of humanism and development of a multifaceted personality. The process of design and implementation of this program provides opportunities for self-development, self-discovery, and working in groups, being a team leader and a leader. The foundation course is one of the major components of a induction training program, which will take them to other national level institutes and center of excellence in different sectoral areas. Hence, we at MCRHRDI kept the design of this foundation course and evolved it focusing on the core competencies expected from every government officer at a government at an entry level. In the above context, the aim of the foundation course is to equip probationary officers with core set of values, skills, and knowledge that facilitate a smooth entry into the government system, effective performance, and conduct befitting of an officer. They will be provided training inputs useful in understanding the basic concepts of governance, service delivery, rules and regulations for effective performance in government. During the FC, probationers will be assisted to acquire, I repeat, and develop personality traits that requisite attitude necessary for effective functioning and influencing the stakeholders which they come into contact with. The overarching aim of the foundation course is to augment overall personality of the probationers through knowledge and skill sessions, co-curricular activities, extracurricular activities, to empower them to effectively perform and lead in their future endeavors. Addressing the probationers, I would say that each one of you have proved your merit by successfully coming out of the strenuous selection process of the Union Public Service Commission. What is required now is to utilize this learning opportunity being provided by the FC to the fullest, so that when you go back to your respective organizations with enhanced confidence, commitment, and full of commitment, dedicated to the cause of good governance and effective service delivery. Each one of us in this institute is expecting that you will be present in the present, as presence in the present moment is essential prerequisite for effective learning and development. We are very confident that your will, commitment, enthusiasm, and willingness to learn, we would collectively spend the time productively and add value to each other's life. Wishing you the best of campus life at Dr.MCRHRD Institute and learning opportunities for being an effective officer and a human being and a good public servant. Thank you. Thank you very much.
I now invite guest of honor Brigadier Mukund Sharma, Chief Engineer Factories, to address the gathering.
Good evening to everyone. Mr. Chari, GOC Telangana sub-area, I am very thankful that I have been given this opportunity to address the first foundation course of which is being trained here, and that too of the MES. In fact, I am feeling very proud that I am addressing you all, and this opportunity God Almighty has given me, and here I would like to just mention to you just the importance of this course. Whatever I have heard and whatever I have seen, this is very important for all MES officers. This foundation course will be the bedrock of your entire service career. An important thing which is being trained here at MCR Institute is the discipline, and I am very happy to see that all of you are firstly in the correct uniform, or what I would say the correct attire, and I believe the training program here is also very stringent. You have normal PT periods in the morning. These things are very important for the overall development. You know that our country is going through a very, very important phase. I am not talking of the present situation. If you take the last 5 or 10 years and what we are going to see ahead, vast, achievements in technological developments, those are the things which you have to implement so that the MES becomes a very performing asset of our country. MES is again, it has got footprints pan India. All of you, once you complete this course, you will be spread out. And here I would like to give you a word of advice, or just what I would expect from you all, because having gone through almost 30 plus years of service in the army, you must keep in contact with each other, learn from your experiences, remain in touch, and that is where your skills, you can always review your skills. Last, not the least, I would just like that whatever core competencies are being addressed here in this foundation course, I am sanguine that you all will ensure that you imbibe those things, and all the correct administrative measures must be learnt here. Keeping it short, I again just want to wish you all the best, and I am very happy that this course is being conducted here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brigadier Sharma, for bringing out the importance and relevance of this foundation course and sharing your views with the gathering. I invite guest of honor Sri Anand Srivatsava, Chief Engineer R&D, to share his valuable views with the audience.
Respected Major General N. Srinivas Rao, General Officer Commanding Telangana and Andhra Sub-Area Secunderabad, Shri B.P. Acharya, IAS Director General, Dr.MCRHRD, HRD Institute, Government of Telangana, all the faculty and staff of the institute, and dear friends. I am happy to address the newly inducted young officers of MES who are here today as part of their 40 weeks induction training program. The most necessitated induction training for the young civilian officers in MES has started only from this year. This is on the same pattern of training as for other Group A services recruited through civil services exam, and you are the first batch to take on this course. All of you had been selected for this job through a most rigorous recruitment examination, the combined engineering services exam for selecting engineers in government sector in this country. And I am sure that all of you had been the cream lot from the premium institute across the country. So the department expects an outstanding performance from each one of you in the coming years. Even though you have solid foundation of technical knowledge in your fields, that alone would not be sufficient for providing an excelling output while on your job. You will not only be technocrat, but also should have administrative and managerial skills, and above all, leadership qualities. Remember that wherever you are working, you will be leading a team, maybe a big or small, and your effort will be to lead them towards the common goal set by the department and the users. In this endeavor, your personal qualities and poise will play a major role along with your technical knowledge and acumen. Most of the times you may have to fix your own goals and targets and limits to achieve greater interest of the organization. All this require your overall personal development and widening your vision as you go along in your career. You have to serve all over India from north-south camp of Siachen to Kar Nicobar and Vijayanagar in Arunachal Pradesh to Daman Diu. Average tenure will be 2.5 years, 2 to 2.5 years. I am really thankful to DG sir who has called all the Group A officers of IDSC and service cadre of this station 2 days back, and we had very fruitful interaction with DG sir and other senior faculties member. We have seen that facilities available are exemplary. As per my reading, you are having a very sincere and committed faculty here. It is a golden opportunity for all of you to benefit out of this environment. I am sure that this training will put you in place a framework for your overall development and set you into a right direction for your personal development in future. I would like to thank the Dr.MCRHRD Institute, Government of Telangana in general, and the DG sir in particular for extending the facility to our organization. I also thank GOC sir for gracing this auspicious occasion. I request all of you to utilize the facilities offered and gain utmost out of your stay here in next 14 weeks. Wish you all the best. May God bless you. Jai Hind.
Moving ahead, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in inviting Sri P.P. Acharya, Director General and ex officio Special Chief Secretary to Government of Telangana to present his presidential address.
Mr. Anand Srivastav, Mr. P.K. Sharma ji, Mr. Sethi, faculty of our institute, additional DG, senior officers from MES, and young friends who are joining the foundation course today. For us, it's a proud moment that we are launching this very first foundation course for the military engineering service. We are indeed proud that we are hosting this training for a group which is unique in many ways. It took us some time to understand the dynamics of this group. In fact, we had different rounds of brainstorming to understand how this group operates, what is the role of this group. I was told by some of my senior colleagues that way back in the 70s, the foundation course for the MES used to take place in Mussoorie also, along with the other All services. In between, along the line, this practice was given up. It's a happy augury that once again the MOD, Ministry of Defence, has decided to launch it, and we are the hosts for all of you entering the service at the induction level. Of the 40 weeks of training that is planned for you as induction training, you spend 14 weeks here. The focus of these 14 weeks will be to not only ignite your minds on subjects which you have never read in your career, never had a chance to read up during your career perhaps so far. Subjects like public administration, political science, history, economics, which we thought, being most of you are engineers, so we didn't have time to perhaps look at these. But subjects which help you to grow as a well-rounded human being, which helps to mold your personality to meet the challenges of the current times. Subjects that give you a better understanding of human relations. It's a difficult task, but we will make all our efforts. We've been doing this in the foundation course, which we run for the All India services over the last 10 years. We will try this out with different pedagogic methods with you people. I was looking at the profile of the probationers who are joining here. They are from 13 different states of the country. You represent, most of you are from North India. Maybe for the first time, many of you are coming to the south, to Hyderabad. Many of you might not have visited before. It will take some time for you to adjust to the milieu of Hyderabad. But fortunately for you, Hyderabad represents a fusion of cultures of the north and the south. It represents the best of the north and best of the south. We used to call it Hyderabad is the south of the north and north of the south. Our Chief Minister says this represents the Ganga Jamni Tehzeeb of India, where different cultures fuse into the plurality that India represents today. You need to appreciate that fusion of cultures. You need to enjoy your stay here and see how much you can make, how to make the best out of these 14 weeks here, the 100 days that you're going to spend here, which includes 1 week of trek and 1 week of village visits and field visits to different places. We will also have sessions where you get chances to learn the languages, the computer skills, communication skills, also co-curricular and extracurricular activities that you would like to pick up in these 100 days. Could be salsa, could be music, could be adventure sports. We'll offer you a bouquet of different activities that would keep you busy. We've also planned sessions of experience sharing, expectation sharing with your seniors. We have with us 6-7 of them who are here with us. Every week one of them will come and discuss about the high points and maybe the low points in their careers, so that you learn from their successes and failures. They have spent 35 years of their service in different posts. I was told yours is a service which provides infrastructure support to all the 3 wings of the armed forces. Tri-service infrastructure provider, if I may call it, and an organization which was set up almost a century ago. 1923 MES was set up. So it's nearly going to be 100 years. Today, if you go around different parts of India, you find in small district headquarters airstrips, which are called British airstrips. You find naval dockyards, which are there in different parts. The installations which were taken up by the British Army. All that started in those years, and MES has been playing that critical role in providing the services to the Army, Air Force, and the Navy. Apart from the professional skills that you need to learn, apart from the skills that you need to learn as surveyors, some of you are surveyors. I was told in the batch of 20 odd surveyors whose job is to have the management system, the contract management, the application of that, to understand the nitty-gritty of contract management. In your respective fields, unless you develop the attitude of pursuit of excellence, which is very critical throughout your career, which is, in my opinion, lacking in many of the services in India today. That basic character needs to be built. That our effort here would be to instill that pursuit of excellence in all of you. As Lord Krishna tells in Gita, which also enshrines the motto of the civil services in the country today, Yoga Karmashu Kaushalam. It means excellence in work is yoga. It is his advice to Arjuna when he says that I am a warrior, what is my way of performing yoga? He says your excellence in your respective field is your yoga. You need not sit in tapasya, you need not do penance. In your respective field, if you excel, if you pursue excellence, that is yoga. If you keep this in mind throughout your career, that whatever I do, I will try to do my best to excel in that field. The overall impression that in India, all of us are somehow given to the chalta hai attitude, that has to go. Many of you might have heard about a joke about Prince Philip in England. He sees a switch fixed in one of the British palaces in the wrong way. He comments sarcastically, it must have been done by an Indian. it shows the lack of professionalism of Indian workmanship, which reflects very poorly on our work culture. That is where engineers like you, at respective fields, you need to meet the expectations of your user agencies, whether the Army, the Navy, or the Air Force, by learning constantly. Not that if you have joined this service, that's the end of it. Another area where you need to also learn is to say no. Where it can't be done, you need to have the guts to say no. The character that is required in saying no firmly, and saying no with facts and figures. Why it can't be done? Then your boss would come with different ways of getting it done. But your job is to say, this is how it could be done, this can't be done. Many of you should not succumb to the pressure of saying yes and repenting later. That is where the character building lies. That is where your own personal integrity matters. We're going to emphasize on these issues of your empathy for the others. When you're working with the service providers, with the Army or the Navy, look at the last man in the Army or the Navy, and look at the way you are devoting your efforts to build his creature comforts. Of course, you will look after the general's accommodation. You should also look after the Havildars, the Jawans' accommodation with same care. That is why the empathy lies. Many of you would feel that I am okay, I'll get my good the remarks in my annual report if I keep the general happy. That's not the end of the story. As a human being, as an officer, you won't be doing justice to yourself, you won't be doing justice to your own conscience unless you serve the last person who has no voice. That is where your character matters. Don't think that by earning a good report from your boss, you have done your job. But as a human being, you have brought yourself down by not looking after somebody who really looks up to you. Not only he, imagine a Jawan fighting in Siachen. His family is stationed here in Hyderabad. If you don't look after the quarters that he is living in, it could be a 1-room, 2-room house. Unless you look after that, unless you give your attention to that, you are not doing your duty. That is the spirit that needs to be instilled. That's the character that you need to have. And our aim in the foundation course is to instill the spirit of pursuit of excellence and empathy for the last man in wherever you see. That is what matters in character. I once again wish all of you a very pleasant stay on our campus. Enjoy the training. Our motto here is to see that you enjoy this 100 days. There should be no kind of atmosphere of fear around this. You should feel free to vent out your grievances, if any, to tell us what you need. We will be constantly trying to endeavor to see that we cater to your needs. No one knows what is the best formula for a training. Unless you people tell us, we will, and particularly in a group like this, for which we are doing the first ever foundation course. We are trying our best to see that we give it the best possible training. But feel free to tell us, to give us the feedback that how we can improve further. Wishing you all the very best, and Godspeed the entire career. May all of you be proud heirs of the MES, which has got a centuries-old tradition of excellence. All the very best.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable speech and giving a perspective to the probationers. It is my immense pleasure to request Honorable Chief Guest and other dignitaries on the dais to release course booklet of First Military Engineering Services Foundation course. Now is the moment all of us are waiting for. It is my honor and privilege to invite Honorable Chief Guest, Major General N. Srinivas Rao, General Officer Commanding Telangana and Andhra Pradesh Sub-Area, Indian Army, to deliver his address to the young professionals.
Dr. B.P. Acharya, Indian Administrative Services, Director General, Secretary, MCRHRDD, Human Resources Development Institute of Telangana, the Additional Director General, Mr. Anand Srivastava, Chief Engineer R&D, Brigadier Mukund Sharma, Chief Engineer Factories, Sri M.P. Sethi, Sri P.K. Sharma, learned faculty, and participants of the first foundation course for Group A MES officers. Good evening to you all. It's an honor and privilege for me to be invited as the chief guest at the inaugural function for this foundation course. I sincerely thank the Director General for inviting me. Having been local military authority in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh for 2 years, I wish to share few thoughts of importance of MES, the way I have seen it. You are all embarking on a journey which has the potential to affect lives of people, especially the armed forces of the country. As you progress further, you will soon realize that you are standing today at a very important juncture in the history of our organization. It is the time for change, and change is the only constant, as they say. Rapid strides are being made with respect to technology. The need of the hour is sustainable infrastructure development, which carries with it responsibility of environment preservation and aspirations of the society, while at the same time meeting the needs of the economic prudence. Newer technologies are emerging each day, and to remain relevant, it is absolutely essential that we change with times. The change required may not just be in terms of technology, but an overall systemic upgrade. It is for your generation to absorb this transition and work towards a brighter tomorrow. The challenges which face us today are unprecedented. We have to graduate from routine infrastructure development to a concept of smart cantonments, which you have heard our Honorable Prime Minister saying a number of times, and also the Chief Ministers of various states imbibing this. Environmental friendly buildings, energy efficiency, garnering renewable sources of energy, waste management, recycling of water, digitalization of services, and such other aspects need to be dovetailed in all future planning. We have to strive from being energy dependent to energy savers to energy neutral and eventually energy surplus through garnering renewable sources of energy. The country today is also facing the challenge of falling water table. Exploitation of water resources has led to acute water storage in urban areas, shortage in urban areas. Resuscitation of water table through water harvesting projects and recycling of water through sewage treatment plant is soon becoming a norm rather than exception. I am proud that in the Telangana and Andhra we are doing it in a big way. Development of smart cities from scratch is a big challenge. However, conversion of archaic infrastructure and turning these cantonments smart is a different ballgame. You are all expected to rise to the occasion and bring about a revolutionary change. We look towards you to meet our aspirations in this regard. Well, all this brings us to critical aspects of finances. As you would have heard on a number of occasions and would soon realize, the revenue budget of the armed forces is rapidly increasing and capital acquisition budget is shrinking. This, coupled with the rate of defense allocation reducing each year on purchase parity basis, calls for innovative solutions to ensure a bigger bang for the buck. You have to ensure meticulous planning, creative use of resources, optimization of processes, and tailor-made solutions to carve out every rupee from the finances placed at your disposal. Here, I'd like to highlight a case study on the construction of Golden Palm Sainik Bhavan, or as we call it, GPSB. It was a project for construction of a transit facility for the Army by Hyderabad Metro Rail Limited here in Secunderabad. The project was undertaken as an exchange of a piece of land with which HMRL required for their development of a station. This project, worth about 10 crores, was executed in a time-bound manner. The project management group was dovetailed at each stage and necessary inputs were taken on user requirements. As the project progressed, necessary amendments were made to the plans. A dynamic decision-making model was adopted, and at each stage, sanctions were obtained from appropriate authorities. It is a shining example within Secunderabad of output justifying the outlay and the outcome justifying the output. This aspect of outlay, output, and outcome-based performance audit needs to be imbibed. An outcome must justify the resources employed for each project. The resources are not only in terms of monetary allocations, but also in terms of manpower employed and time invested in the project. Each project should ab initio lay out the objectives it sets out to achieve and the optimal dedication of resources to achieve it. Prioritization of resources, therefore, should be incumbent upon the importance of the result. I would also implore you to always have a systems approach in your task. Remember that no project or task is ever in isolation. Always think about the overall impact. Do not lose focus of the effect of your projects on other aspects. Always think of the bigger picture. Genuine change will always have to be based on a sound professional knowledge and awareness of the environmental realities. While the schools of instruction and training workshops, such as the one you are now attending, will enable you professionally, the environmental realities need to be absorbed by you all in quick time, and your ability to deliver on this crucial aspect will be a game changer. You must strive to educate yourselves on the latest in the management techniques. Project management, operational research, systems analysis, and such other fields would be essential in enhancing your professional acumen and will separate the boys from men. I shall now talk about a matter of great importance to all of us, the matter of moral courage, loyalty, and above all, integrity. These three important aspects have already been highlighted by our Director General and the course in charge. At this point in your careers, it is for you to learn not only the professional aspects, but also imbibe the work ethos, culture, and ethics, which will stand you in good stead. Always remember, there is no substitute for values and ethics. Here I'd like to quote the great Field Marshal Sam Manekshaw. What is moral courage? It is the ability to distinguish right from wrong, and having so distinguished it, be prepared to say so, irrespective of the views held by your superiors and of the consequences for you. Again, this important aspect has been highlighted by the Director General. What is it then that you can expect from us? You can expect from us unflinching support for accomplishment of your task. You can expect from us cooperation while working together towards a common goal. You will always find camaraderie, esprit de corps, and commitment. You can always fall back on us in times of difficulty and challenges. We will stand by you in all your endeavors taken in the best interest of the nation and the armed forces. In the end, I'd like to say that it is only by hard work and perseverance that you will achieve your mission. The gap between idea and implementation is for you to cover. Friends, I congratulate you on undertaking this journey and wish you all the very best of luck in years to come. May you have a professionally fulfilling career. I sincerely hope and pray that each one of you achieves in life what you have set out for yourselves. I wish you good luck and Godspeed. Jai Hind.
Now I would like to request our Director General to present the memento to the Chief Guest. I request Shri P.K. Sharma to present the memento to Brigadier Mukund Sharma. And Shri M.P. Sethi to present the memento to Shri Anand Srivastav. Last but not the least, I request Advisor Foundation course, Sri P.K. Sharma, to propose the vote of thanks.
Respected Chief Guest of the day, Major General N. Srinivasarao garu, Shri Mukund Sharma, the Chief Engineer of Factories, Shri Anand Srivastava and B.P. Acharya garu, Director General of the MCRHRD Institute of Telangana, Shri M.P. Sethi, all the faculty of the MCRHRD, all the invited guests from the MES, all the probationers, ladies and gentlemen. It's my pleasant duty to propose a vote of thanks. First of all, I'd like to thank Chief Guest of the day, who has readily accepted to be the Chief Guest for this function and gave a motivating speech to the budding MES engineers. I am sure they are ignited, motivated, and they will be doing their best in their careers of 30 plus years. I also thank the other dignitaries on the on the dais, Shri Anand Srivastava, Chief Engineer R&D of the MES, and also Shri Brigadier Anand Sharma, the Chief of the Chief Factories, for readily agreeing to our invitation and gracing the occasion. I also thank all the members of our faculty who have graced this occasion, and last but not the least, all the probationers of the MES who have made this function very colorful with their dignified behavior and giving a patient hearing to all the speakers. Once again, I thank each and everyone for making this inaugural function a grand success. Thanks. Thank you, Vandava.
May I request everyone to rise for the national anthem?
Punjab, Sindh, Gujarat, Maratha, Dravida, Uttara, Vanga, Vindhya, Himachal, Yamuna, Ganga, Ujjala, Jaladhi, Taranga, Tava Shubha Name Jage, Tava Shubha Ashish Mange, Gahe Tava Jaya Gatha,
all the probationers may join the guests and the institute's faculty members for the high tea in the executive lounge. And now we'll be going for the photograph.